Hey, welcome to Tech Tips, everybody, with me, Jacob. Today we have a fun episode with Insta versus Insta, but this time it's microphones. So not action cameras like we usually do, but today it's the Mic Air, and the GPS Preview remote with built-in microphone that we tested before. So they do the same thing, but also a lot of different things. So this one has a microphone, but this isn't a microphone. So there's quite a bit of a difference, and we're going to go through that and show you today. Here on the table you can see all of the bells and whistles you get. So little magnet with a clip through it, and a lanyard magnet, and the mic itself, the phone receiver, and the super cool ring looking windsock. So you can connect many things, many ways on you. This one has also many things, but for microphone purposes it has a clip that you can attach on your body somewhere usable. Other big features, of course, this one has the GPS built into it. It has the video, so you can actually watch what you're doing in the remote. That's why it's called a remote. You can also control everything with the touchscreen and do all those things. This one is 199 euros. This kit with everything in it, with the telephone connector and the microphone, is 89.99 euros. But if you want to just the microphone itself, it's 66 euros. So those are the prices you have right now. So I'm gonna start going through how to connect them, how to use them, and then we're gonna test them. On the Air, there is one button, so you're gonna hold in the one button until it starts, and then you keep holding it until it blinks. So now you see it's blinking dark blue. If you can't see, it's blinking dark blue. So if I double click this, dark blue means Bluetooth, and if I double click it, it turns into turquoise. That means it's trying to connect to this one. So for your information, fast blinking means pairing. Color means to what device. Connect this to a cell phone. It has USB-C into it. And that gives this power. It powers up automatically. And then you hold the pairing button on this one as well. And they're all pairing. Now this is glowing solid. So now this is paired up to the cell phone as an input. Now you can buy this as a single unit, but then it's only Bluetooth. So to do that, we do the same thing, but with the blinking blue. Disconnect this, so this no longer has power. They auto connect super well, but it's also annoying if you're gonna go from one to another, you have to disconnect everything. So now it's blinking fast, turquoise, double click, now it's blinking blue. So if I go down in the menu here, slide down, slide sideways, there's a headset and there's a microphone. So if you push the headset, actually, you can see it's trying to pair with Insta Mic Air. And you can push that. Mic Air is now connected. So it's not that hard to connect them, you need to know the double clicking and what the colors mean. Because the first time I did it, tried to connect it to the cell phone, it wouldn't find it because it was trying to find another USB-C connector. Now that it is connected, a double click means noise cancellation on or off. So blue is off, double click again, now it turns green, new color again, and that becomes noise cancellation is on. So the settings you have when you're in the action camera itself is noise reduction on or off. You have on or off with an indicator light, you can see which version it is, and you can choose to disconnect it. That's the settings you have in here. Otherwise, the rest is just click and collect, plug and play. So when you're in the settings here, you can go into the AI noise reduction, and in this one you have off, standard, and strong. So you have a little bit more choices in the noise reduction, mostly because this is made for being on like bicycles and motorcycles and action. And if you don't want to control the audio settings, you can control the video settings of the actual action camera. So there is a bit of a difference between them, so it's not really a fair comparison. I mean, they both have wind muffs. That's kind of cute. But yes, to actually do a scientific test or actually take it out on the field and test something, we're going to take it and find something noisy, maybe a leaf blower because it's fall. We have to search around until we find one, and we're going to see how well the noise cancellation actually does, or noise reduction. Let's go. Alright guys, so to test the noise cancellation on the Mic Air, we now have a fall day and a guy working in the background. So what you do is you double press the power button to activate the noise cancellation, and we're gonna see how it sounds. Also, we're gonna test it with and without the windsock to see how much difference it makes. So right now it's supposed to be on, it's green, and now it's blue. So technically it should be off now, and you should hear the guy in the background. So you can hear the guy right now. This is with one setting, and I'm double clicking. 1, 2, and that should be the other option. You have to be careful though, so you don't actually turn off the recording by pressing 1. So double click, and you will have the noise cancellation. Now let's try it with this, and hopefully I won't turn it off. Here we go, I did turn it off. So this is with the windsock on, and let's see what the setting is. It is on, it's on green at the moment, so if I double tap once more, 1, 2, and now it should be turned off. Yeah, now it's blue. So, okay, so this is with the noise cancellation off entirely. The guy is still in the background there doing his thing. And if we switch it over to strong, the last one was standard, so let's put it up to max. So this is max noise cancellation on the GPS remote. And does it sound any better than the other one? You decide. I mean, it's up to you. It's $90 for the kit, and it's $199 for the watch. So if you're only using the mic, do you feel it's worth it in a noisy environment? Welcome back. I'll say they do a pretty decent job, both of them. You can have noisy environment and actually be able to hear what you're saying, which is good. This is the entire thing with noise reduction. And then it's just how much does it take away from the ambient noise as well, and how much of your voice does it take away. So the GPS preview remote with built-in microphone, again the super long name, has more settings for its noise cancellation, so you can hear that it can take away a lot more of the background noise, but it also clips a little bit of your voice. And that's usually what happens with most noise cancellations. If you pushes too hard, it takes all of the noise. This one on the other hand have one setting, so it's on or off. It is quite a bit better. It doesn't take away everything, but enough for you to be bearable to hear you, which is pretty much the key. Alright guys, so now we have listened to the noise cancellation. This one actually boasts 10 hours of battery time, which we of course have to test. It's going to be one of those all-nighters, but here you can see how long it actually took in this device itself in our test in a regular room temperature, just connected to the action camera that's taking the time lapse. So 10 hours of battery for something that can connect to a recorder, your phone, or your action camera is quite nice. The earlier versions that we used had like 2.5 hours. So if you had forgotten to charge them every morning, you were gonna lose them out. So 10 hours is a whole work day. So you will be able to stream and record and do a full day's work or fun with one charge, which is very nice. That is a good thing. And I think we should actually also test how far away you can actually be from the device itself. So we are going to test the air in the kit. So the phone receiver and the microphone together, and do it versus the connection of the action camera itself and the GPS preview remote with built-in microphone together. And we'll see who drops out first, and we'll see who has the longest range. So check it out. All right, now we're gonna do our distance test. I have the setup right here. We're gonna do our distance test. I'm gonna walk this way and see where the microphones don't work anymore, and then we're gonna see how far we get with backing up and getting full line of sight. So right now I'm wearing both of the cameras, or actually not wearing both of the cameras. I'm carrying one camera and I have two microphones on me. So the mic Air is connected to the iPhone connector, and the GPS remote is connected to the Ace Pro 2. And now we can actually see at the same time which microphone holds the longest when you walk this way. From previous experience, I'm assuming that the GPS preview remote with built-in microphone like this for this part of the test. So I can see with line of sight, and without line of sight, how far the other microphone actually does. So this is why we would buy the mic Air instead of the the remote preview. So we're gonna back up and see how far we get with this one. But audio quality wise, they're quite close. If you just listen to the audio itself, they're quite comparable. Usually you don't need to EQ them much at all. Kind of the same as when you use the Insta's action cameras. You don't really have to play much with the color because they're very nicely dialed in. But yeah, give it a choice. If this one had 32-bit float or inboard budget recording, I would definitely pick one of these up anyways, because it is a lifesaver in the end, having the 32-bit float. Hello. So there you have it. The Mic Air has a lot more distance than the remote does. This barely has any distance at all. I think it was 15 meters-ish, but you saw it. It's like very much shorter. And you can really hear when it buzzes and turns off the recording, so that's a key information right there. This will turn off the recording once it goes out of range in the microphone mode. The microphone Air will not. So it will continue recording, but the audio will be gone. So it doesn't have onboard recording or 32-bit float or anything like that on it. So it is the recording on the cell phone or the device that you're recording on that is the important one. But you'll keep the video at least. So depending on it is how you work and what is important to you, that's a key feature for you to understand. That is a big difference. But if you really want that distance, this one is a key player. This one does a lot of many good things, but the distance isn't its strong suit. But on the other hand, it had very nice noise cancellation and audio quality. Audio quality was great on the little microphone as well, the Mic Air. So you do have your one button noise cancellation, one level on or off, and that's what you get on it, but it sounds great anyways. The sound quality is quite good on both of them. You don't really have to tweak anything in post, which is very nice. It's one of those Insta things. Same with the action cameras. You don't really have to play much with the colors after. Same with the microphones. You don't really have to play with the EQ very much after it anyways. Good job, guys. So which one should you choose if you want to choose one and can only buy one of them? Again, I would probably go with the remote because it has many more uses to it. I really like that the GPS works for our distance test and you can really mark out how far you've gone and such. We have a lot of microphones, but if I had no microphones at all and I had Insta cameras, then this is definitely something I would buy if I was going to record slightly further away. Still, they have like within arm range, the action camera itself has great audio too. So I mean, it wouldn't be a necessary buy unless I want to be a little bit further away and actually have the audio coming with me for some reason. So if you have those kind of shoots and that kind of content you're creating, this is a very good microphone. Also great that it can Bluetooth to your phone and to your computer through the USB. So you have more options with this one. But if you want all the other bells and whistles, the remote is the one you choose. I really like to have the remote myself, but if you have all of the money in the world, you can buy both and use this as a microphone and still use this as a remote. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, sign them down below. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications and like this video so you can see more of our content. Alright guys, until next time, see you then, bye for now.